I'm Jerry Carter with the Sierra Crest Business Law Group. I'm talking today about ways that people ruin their lives when they buy a business without legal help. And some of the things we talk about in the law can be pretty abstract. What I want to share with you are real life experiences on how people have really set themselves behind when they bought a business and didn't have legal help to help them with that. So without further ado, number one way to ruin your life when you buy a business without legal help is to count on revenue from the business that ends up not materializing. It may be that the seller just outright lies about how much income you can expect to receive from the business. It may be that the customers who are loyal to your seller aren't as loyal to you. Either way, it's a big problem when you're counting on revenue and it doesn't happen. Number two, your seller owes people money and you end up holding the bag and being responsible to pay those debts. A big area where this happens is where your seller owes payroll tax, owes sales tax, income tax, and some of those taxes get transferred to the buyer of the business, which could be you. Another way it can happen is if the seller is in default with vendors. Say you buy a restaurant and you're counting on certain vendors to supply food, and they say, well, we're not delivering until you pay your seller's debt to us, and then we'll start delivering. Well, you just got stuck with your seller's obligation. Number three, and this one is shocking, sometimes people will sell a business and they don't even own the business. And yes, we've seen this happen. Maybe the person who sells the business was in the process of buying it from someone else and had not completed that process. Maybe there's a landlord or a franchise holder with more rights to the business than your seller. Maybe it was just an illusion. Your seller is working in the business every day, but doesn't really own the business. It's just a manager or an employee. You don't know until you have an attorney who's helping you to make sure that you're buying what you think you're buying. And then number four, your landlord promises to help you in the transition, and then after the sale, disappears, or worse yet, sabotages your business. Maybe the landlord promised training to get you up to speed, and then once they had their money, they weren't that interested in helping you. Maybe your seller became your landlord, and now you have an abusive landlord who's doing everything they can to ruin your experience and shoo you out of the property and keep your money in the meantime. So when you buy a business, you're putting a lot on the line. This is you and your family, this is your savings, this may be your one shot to do it right. Don't be like the people that I've just talked about. All those are real people who encountered huge problems after they bought the business without any help. Give us a call. We'll be happy to walk you through the process and make sure that you're protected, your family is protected, your savings are protected.